Hey, hello again. My name is Kenny Yu. Today, I'm going to be going through a quick demo how to configure a database watcher using Entra ID with user-assigned managed identity. There's several prerequisites we need to do. One is add three resource providers: database watcher, Custo, and network. If you see my part one, I demo how to do that. Go ahead and go and watch that part one of configure a database watcher with SQL Auth. The second thing is we need to create one user assigned managed identity and also enable Entra ID on my single managed instance where I'll be using that to authenticate and access database watcher. Besides that, everything's pretty standard. I'm going to be using a free data cluster, and that should work. Okay, so here I'm back to my Azure portal. I'm going to go ahead and create database watcher. I'm going to just give it a name here. I'm going to keep it at ease. Hit next. And here's where I want to just use the user sign manage identity for the subscription. Let's go next. Data scope is just skip for now. Let's see if I probably could add. See if I could add one. If I'll just skip that. I'll just add that later. SQL target. I'm gonna add that when those gets created. What I'm gonna do is just create. I'm gonna pause. Let that finish. All right, so it looks like my database watcher was deployed successfully. First thing I'm going to go into is my data store and add the cluster. I'm going to use the free tier. Since I already have one created, it detected that. I'm just going to select that one. All right, so I'm going to let that finish. I'm going to pause the video. All right, so my cluster was added successfully. What I'm going to do now is access my cluster explorer. I could just click the link here. Brings me to this page. So what I need to do now is allow access for my database watcher to write to this cluster, and I have to add this permission. So I got this from here in the documentation towards the middle, or towards the end of the documentation. It says grant access. We need to grab this code. So the first thing is we need to add to place all the variables here, which is this is the database name. This will be the user assigned manager identity principal ID. So I'm using that, and then I'm also going to replace this with my tenant domain. Uh, you can also use the tenant ID. So what I have here is I have the database watcher. I have the principal ID, which could be located using the identity here. And this is the principal ID for my user assigned management ID. I'm sorry, user management identity. And also this is my tenant domain. So I'm gonna run this. And now you can see it allowed this user assigned management identity to write to this um, data cluster. All right, so it looks like that was assigned correctly with the permission for database watcher to write to the ADX cluster. The next is I need to see which target I want to use. So I'm just going to select my SQL Managed instance here. And I'm going to just use the public. I'm going to add that. Okay, so once the SQL target has been added, I need to grant access to the SQL target. And the way I do that is I have to copy some scripts here. Since I am using the user assigned managed identity, I will just put that here as the name of the user assigned managed identity from the external providers, and also just replace all that. So what I'm going to go next is I'll demo that in my in the SSMS. Okay, so here in SSMS, I have the name of the user assigned managed identity. I'm going to grant all the permissions I just copied from the Microsoft documentation. Okay, here. So I'm back in my database watcher. So it looks like it's working. There's one thing I forgot to mention. Actually, two, but the first one is the system assigned identity needs to be disabled in order for the user assigned managed identity to be used. So if you didn't disable that, you may get an error that it's not able to monitor the SQL target. The second thing is you have to log in as the Entra an Entra user, not a SQL user. When you created the user the user managed identity on the SQL target, so that was two things I think that was kind of important to add. So lastly is once you have that, you go to your dashboard. You have a one. I'm only monitoring one target. I can have more than one, or if I want to monitor SQL databases, I can also do that. Um, Once you have that, this is what the dashboard looks like. Not many. I don't have a lot of activity going on. This is my test instance. I go browse some queries. I don't have any queries. This is a brand new server. So yeah. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks.